Seventh Day Adventist Higher Secondary School, Shanmugapuram. Hi students, this day will be a very good day for us because we are going to learn new concepts in physics. Today's topic is electrostatic potential and electrostatic potential energy. Introduction. In mechanics, potential energy is defined as for conservative forces. Since gravitational forces is a conservative force, its gravitational potential energy is defined as in 11th standard physics chapter 6. Since Coulomb force is an inverse square law of force, it's also a conservative force like a gravitational force. Therefore, we can define potential energy for charge configurations. Today's first topic is electrostatic potential energy and electrostatic potential. Consider a positive charge Q kept fixed at the origin, which produces an electric field E vector around it. A positive test charge Q dash is brought from point R to point P against a repulsive force between Q and Q dash as shown in the figure. Work must be done to overcome this repulsive or repulsion. This work done is stored as potential energy. Children, listen the diagram, understand the concept. Work done in equal to potential energy. The test charge Q dash is brought from R to P with the constant velocity, which means that external force used to bring the test charge Q dash from R to P must be equal and opposite. Equal and opposite forces. That means F vector, F external force is equal to minus of F Coulomb. This work done is W is equal to integration of R to P F external dot dr vector. Children, we already studied work in lesson 4 of 11th standard. Since Coulomb force is conservative, work done is independent of the path and it depends only on the initial and final position of the test charge. If the potential energy associated with the Q dash and P is UP and that at R is UR, then difference in potential energy is defined as work done to bring a test charge Q dash from point R to P and is given as UP minus UR, W equal to delta U. That means potential difference. That means potential difference energy delta U is equal to integration of R to P F external dr vector. Since F external is equal to minus F Coulomb is equal to minus Q dash into E vector, then finally we will get 1.28. That means electrostatic potential energy integration R to P Q dash E vector minus into dr vector. Children, why we have to use here integration? Because it is the phenomenon, it is the integration, it is the continuous process, because we are using integration from the mathematics. The potential energy difference per unit charge is given by delta U by Q dash is equal to Q dash integration of R to P minus E vector and dr vector by Q dash simply is equal to minus integration of R to P E vector into dr vector. The above equation 1.29 is independent of Q dash. The quantity delta U by Q dash is equal to integration of minus E vector dr vector is called electrostatic potential difference between P and R and is denoted as Vp minus Vr equal to delta V. In other words, the electric potential difference is defined as the work done by an external force to bring unit positive charge from point R to point P. So simply electrostatic potential difference Vp minus Vr is equal to delta V integration of R to P minus E vector and dr vector. Children, is a very important 1 mark problem. You should understand this. Now, next is some important points we are going to learn. That means the electric potential energy difference can be written as delta U is equal to Q dash delta V. Physically, potential difference between 2 points is a meaningful quantity. The value of potential itself at one point is not meaningful. Therefore, the point R is taken at infinity and its potential is considered as 0. That means potential at infinity is equal to 0. The potential at a particular point cannot be determined. We can find the potential difference between the 2 points. So, then the electric potential at a point P is equal to the work done by an external force to bring a unit positive charge with the constant velocity from infinity to the point P in the region of the external electric field E vector. Mathematically is written as Vp is equal to minus of integration infinity to P E vector into dr vector. This is the formula for potential at point P. This is also an important derivative. Some important points about the potential. The first point of it, electric potential at a point P depends only on the electric field which is due to the source charge Q and not on the test charge Q dash. Unit positive charge is brought from infinity to the point P with the constant velocity because external agency should not impart any kinetic energy to the point. Second point, from the equation 1.29, the unit of electric potential is joule per coulomb. The practical unit is volt, named after Alexander Volta, who invented the electrical battery. The potential difference between the 2 points is expressed in volt. Children, the next topic of today is electric potential due to a point charge. It is important 3 mark question and also important 1 mark. Consider a positive charge Q kept fixed at the origin. Let P be a point at a distance R from the charge Q. This is shown in the diagram. Now we'll see the diagram. See the diagram. The diagram shows. See the diagram. The diagram shows that a charge Q which is placed R distance from point P. The electric potential at the point P is V is equal to integration of infinity to R minus E vector and dr vector. So minus is the constant take out from the integration infinity to R E vector and dr vector. Electric field due to positive point charge Q is E vector is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by R square into R cap. We already studied. Now the potential V is equal to minus of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught integration infinity to R Q by R square R cap into dr vector. It is very small and the displacement vector dr vector equal to dr into dr cap, and using R cap dot R cap is equal to 1. Already we studied this from 11th standard second lesson. So simply we will write V is equal to minus of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught integration infinity to R Q by R square dr. After the integration we will get V is equal to, children, it is a mathematical expression, that means 1 by x square into dx. Simply we will write minus of 1 by x. V is equal to minus 1 by 4 by epsilon q 1 minus of 1 by r infinity to r is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon q by r is the potential due to point charge. So 1.33 derivative 1.33 shows us V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r is the conclusion of potential due to point charge. Some important point we are going to learn about the potential. The first point is, if the source charge Q is positive, V is greater than 0. If Q is negative, then V is negative, and then equal to V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. That means V is equal to minus of 1 by 4 by epsilon Q by R. The second point is the description of motion of objects using the concept of potential or potential energy is very easy or simpler than that of using concept of electric field. Then we are going to see the next topic of today. That means in which the important points in which from expression 1.33 it is clear that the potential due to positive charge decreases as the distance increases, but for a negative charge the potential increases as the distance increased. At infinity, electrostatic potential is zero. In the case of gravitational force, mass moves from a point of higher gravitational potential to a point of lower gravitational potential. Similarly, a positive charge moves from a point of higher electrostatic potential to lower electrostatic potential. However, a negative charge moves from lower electrostatic potential to higher electrostatic potential. Fourth point is the electric potential at a point P is due to collection of charges Q1, Q2, Q3 dot Qn is equal to the sum of the magnitude of the individual charges. Children, see that diagram. We can understand the electric potential due to positive and negative charges. Now, the total electric potential due to collection of charges K Q1 by R1 plus K Q2 by R2 plus K Q3 by R3 plus dot plus K Qn Rn is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught summation of I1 to N Qi Ri. Here K is 1 by 4 by epsilon naught, where R1, R2 and R3 dot Rn are the distances. You know very well. See the diagram, children. That is electric potential due to collection of charges. Now we move on the next topic. What is the next topic, children? Before we go to the next topic, we should understand the concept of electric potential by solving the example problem 1.12. Children, solved problem help us to build up the confidence, and also the example sum 1.13 very important 1 mark problem, and also the chance to ask 2 mark problem also. Children, we go to next topic of day is electrostatic potential at a point due to an electric dipole. Very important 5 mark question, school level, and quarterly, half-yearly, even annual it chances to ask. Consider two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance to A, which is given in the diagram. The point P is located at a distance R from the midpoint of dipole. Let theta be the angle between 2 points. See the diagram. Try to understand, children. Dipole is placed. That means minus QA placed A plus Q placed B. These two charges separated from the point P respective distances. Let R1 be the distance of point P from plus Q and R2 be the distance of point P from minus Q. Potential at P due to charge plus Q is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by R1, same as that of minus Q minus of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by R2. The total potential at the point P V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Suppose if the point P is far away from the dipole such that R is very greater than A, then we are going to use cosine law to find the value of 1 by R1. Cosine law is simple that from the diagram BOP triangle R1 square is equal to R square plus A square minus 2RA cos theta. So R1 square is equal to R square 1 plus A square by R square minus 2A by R cos theta. Since point P is very far away from dipole, so A square by R square very small can be neglected. Therefore, we will get R1 square is equal to R square 1 minus 2A cos theta by R. Now you should take root. R1 is equal to R 1 minus 2A by R cos theta. So now we will get 1 by R1. So 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r into 1 minus 2a by r cos theta minus of. Since a by r is very less than 1, can be used binomial theorem. The written term up to first order will return first order. The next order are valueless, so neglected. Finally, we will get 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r into 1 plus a by r cos theta, shows 1.36. Similarly, the triangle AOB, r2 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ra cos theta or 180 minus cos theta. So, children, we know cos 180 minus theta minus cos theta. So, substituting the value, we r2 square is equal to r square plus a square plus 2ra cos theta. A square by r square must be neglected. So, r2 square is equal to r square 1 plus 2a cos theta by r. So, take root r2 is equal to r 1 plus 2a cos theta by r whole power of. Using binomial theorem, finally we will get 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r 1 minus a cos theta by r. Substitute the values of 1.37, 1.36 in the derivative 1.35, will get the derivative, the showing derivative. Then finally 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q 1 by r 1 plus a cos theta by r minus 1 by r 1 minus a cos theta by r. So after simplification, we will get q by 4 by epsilon naught 1 by r 1 plus a cos theta by r minus 1 plus a cos theta by r. Finally, v is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught 2aq r square cos theta. This is finally simplified derivative. Now we move on. The next mechanism is the electric dipole moment P is equal to 2qa, and we get V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught P cos theta by r square. Now we can write P cos theta is equal to P vector r cap, where r cap is the unit vector from the point O to the point P. So hence electric potential at the point P due to electric dipole is given by V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught P vector dot r cap by r square, since r is very greater than a. So the derivative 1.38 is valid for distances very large compared to the size of the dipole. But for a dipole, the equation 1.38 is valid for any distances. Special cases. The special cases may be asked in 1 mark question. So try to memorize it. Case 1. If the point P lies on the axial line of the dipole on the side of plus q, then theta is equal to 0. Then the electric potential becomes V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught P by r square. Case 2. If the point P lies on the axial line of the dipole on the side of minus q, the theta will be 180 degree, then V is equal to minus of 1 by 4 by epsilon naught P by r square. Case 3. If the point P lies on the equatorial line of the dipole, then theta is equal to 90 degree, hence potential will be 0. So far we have seen 3 important cases. Now important points. The potential due to an electric dipole falls as 1 by r square, and the potential due to a single point charge falls as 1 by r. See children, the difference point charge and the dipole. Thus the potential due to dipole falls faster than the due to monopole point charge. As the distance increases from the electric dipole, the effect of positive and negative charge nullify each other. So the next is second point. The potential due to point charge is spherically symmetric, since it depends only on the distance r, but the potential due to a dipole is not spherically symmetric because the potential depends on the angle between P vector and the position vector r vector of the point. However, the dipole potential is axially symmetric. If the position vector r vector is rotated about P vector by keeping theta fixed, then all points on the cone at the same distance r will have the same potential, which is shown in the diagram. All the points located on the blue curve will have the same potential, Students, see the diagram. The blue curve on which all the points, the potential will be same. Dipole potential axially symmetric. The next topic of the day is equipotential surface. Consider a point charge q located at some point in space and an imaginary sphere of radius r is chosen by keeping the charge q at its center. The electric potential at all points on the surface of the given sphere is the same. Such a surface is called an equipotential surface. That means if the surface has all the charges having same magnitude, that surface is called equipotential surface. It's a simple concept. Maybe ask 2 mark question or 1 mark. Now this diagram, see the diagram. The equipotential surface due to point charge. That means, see that first diagram, all points on the surface of the sphere are at the same potential. And second diagram, the concentric circle. Same sphere has same potential, different sphere has different potential. Now we see that the potential is differ for different spherical surfaces. For a uniform electric field, the equipotential surface form a set of planes normal to the electric field E vector. This is shown in the figure. Properties of equipotential surface. 1 mark question, children. The work done to move a charge q between any 2 points A and B. The work done W is equal to Q into VB minus VA. If the points A and B lie on the same equipotential surface, work done is 0 because VA is equal to VB. That means the potential is same. The electric field is normal to an equipotential surface. If it is not normal, then there is a component of the field parallel to the surface. Then the work must be done to move a charge between 2 points on the same surface. This is not possible. This is contradiction. Therefore, the electric field must always be normal to the equipotential surface. We'll see this concept from the diagram. See the diagram. So, field and the electric lines of force are perpendicular to each other. That means equipotential surface. The next topic is very important topic. 1 mark topic. The relation between electric field and the potential. Consider a positive charge q kept fixed at the origin. To move unit positive charge by a small distance dx in the electric field E. Then see children, next line is that the work done is given by dw is equal to minus E into dx. The minus sign implies that work is done against the electric field. This work done is equal to electric potential difference. Therefore, dw is equal to dv. So dv is equal to minus E into dx. So electric field E is equal to minus dv by dx. It is simply that electric field is the negative gradient of electric potential. But in general, in mathematically, E vector is equal to minus dou v by dou x into I cap plus dou v by dou y j cap plus dou v by dou k in k cap. So this is general formula for field and potential. Children, solve this example problem 1.14. You can understand more and more clearly and clear concept. The next topic is, what is the next topic is electrostatic potential energy for collection of point charges. What is meant by electrostatic potential energy for collection of point charges? The electric potential at a point at a distance r from the point charge q1 is given by V is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q1 by r. We know well. This potential V is work done to bring a unit positive charge from the infinite to the point. Now if the charge qt is brought from infinite to that point at a distance r from q1, the work done is the product of q2 and the electric potential at the point. Thus we have that clear derivative is work done W is equal to q2 into V. Then what is next is This work done is stored as electrostatic potential energy U of system of the charges Q1 and Q2 separated by a distance r. Thus we have U is equal to Q2V. We know that 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r. The electrostatic potential energy depends only on the distance between the 2 point charges. In fact, the expression 1.45 is derived by assuming that Q1 is fixed and Q2 is brought from infinity. The equation 1.45 holds true when Q2 is fixed and Q1 is brought from infinity, or both Q1 Q2 are simultaneously brought from infinity to a distance r between them. Children, this the diagram shows electrostatic potential due to collection of charges. So to calculate the total electrostatic potential energy, we use the following procedure. What is the procedure? We bring all the charges one by one and arrange them according to the configuration. First point, bring a charge Q1 from infinity to the point A requires no work because there is no charge already present in the vicinity of charge Q1. And Q2, that Q2 shows the electric field created by the charge Q1. So the work done on the charge Q2 is W is equal to Q2 V1B. Here V1B is electrostatic potential due to charge Q1 at a point B. U is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12. Note that the expression is same when Q2 is brought first and then Q1 later. Similarly, to bring the charge Q3 to the point C, work has to be done against the total electric field due to both charges Q1 and Q2. So the work done to bring the charge Q3 is Q3 into V1C plus V2C. Here V1C is the electrostatic potential due to charge Q1 at the point C, and V2C is electrostatic potential due to charge Q2 at the point C. So electrostatic potential is U is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q3 by R13 plus Q2 Q3 by R23. Fourth point, adding equations 1.46 and 1.47, the total electrostatic potential energy for the system of three charges Q1 Q2 and Q3 is U is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 plus Q1 Q3 by R13 plus Q2 Q3 by R23. Note that this stored potential energy U is equal to the total external work done to assemble the three charges at the given locations. The expression 1.48 is same if the charges are brought to their position if any other order. Since the Coulomb force is a conservative force, the electrostatic potential energy is independent of the distance. And children, see that solving this problem you can understand the electrostatic potential energy due to collection of charges. Next topic of the day is electrostatic potential energy of a dipole in a uniform electric field. It's important topic, children. 3 mark and 1 mark problem surely asked from this topic. Consider a dipole placed in a uniform electric field E shown in the figure. A dipole experiences a torque when kept in a uniform electric field E vector. So the torque shows that, children, see the diagram. Electric field E shows from left hand to right side. The dipole is placed on the electric field with an angle theta minus Q plus Q on A and B. See that direction of electric field to rotate the dipole from its initial angle theta dash to the another angle theta against the torque exerted by the electric field, and equal and opposite external torque must be applied on the dipole. The work done by the external torque is from angle theta dash to the theta. So the constant angular velocity work done W is equal to integration of theta dash to theta tau external d theta. Since tau external is the equal and opposite to tau electric field is equal to P vector cross E vector. So we have modulus of tau external is equal to modulus of tau E vector is equal to modulus of P vector cross E vector. So substitute the values of our equation 1.50 and equation 1.49, we get work done W is equal to integration of theta dash to theta P sin theta d theta. So W is equal to P cos theta dash minus cos theta. Children, we know very well that is integration of sin theta d theta cos theta. The work done is equal to the potential energy difference between the angular position of theta and theta dash. So u theta minus u theta dash is equal to delta u minus p cos theta plus p cos theta dash. If the initial angle is theta is equal to 90 degree, it's taken as reference point, then u theta dash is equal to p cos theta is equal to 0. Then we'll get only u theta. That u theta shows that the potential energy stored in the system of dipole kept in the uniform electric field is given by u is equal to minus p cos theta is equal to minus p vector into E vector. In addition to P and E, the potential energy also depends on the orientation of theta of the electric dipole with respect to the external electric field. The potential energy is maximum when the dipole is aligned anti-parallel. That means theta is equal to pi to the external electric field, and the minimum when the dipole is aligned parallel, theta is equal to 0 to the external electric field. Student, try to complete assignment the day itself. Thank you.